I knew something was off the second her lips brushed my cheek at the door. Too quick, too light, like she couldn't wait to get rid of me. Not a kiss of love. Not the kind of kiss that sends you off with warmth, but the kind that clears you out of the way. Still, I played along. A small overnight bag hung from my hand. The other gripped a gift I'd wrapped myself. Her favorite perfume, a thoughtful touch for what she called our weekend of healing. A family retreat, she said. A break from the noise, a chance to reconnect. To be just us and the kids. But when I stepped onto the station platform, it wasn't her waiting for me. It was her sister. And she wasn't alone. 2 strollers sat beside her, diaper bags slung over her shoulder, and that smirk, the kind that says she knew something I didn't. "Change of plans," she said, slipping a boarding pass into my palm. "We're heading to Dubai. Girls' weekend. You'll be fine with the kids." Her words hit like cold water. I turned to see them. My wife, her sister, their friends. All smiles and laughter that rolled like distant thunder. Even my wife chuckled, as if this was some harmless prank. But I didn't flinch. Didn't question, didn't argue. I reached into my pocket, dialed 1 number. 3 rings. "Go," I said. Just 1 word. That's all it took. When I looked up, the laughter had stopped. Their smiles faltered, confusion creeping into their eyes. You don't get blindsided like that unless you've been asleep at the wheel. The truth is, I'd seen the cracks forming for months. The whispered phone calls behind bathroom doors. The way she scrolled her phone in silence while I fed our son, her eyes lighting up only when she thought I wasn't watching. Never for me. It wasn't always this way. When we met, she said I was a calm in her chaos. And I was. I gave her the stability she craved. I built our home, paid off her student loans, worked the night shifts so she could chase her dreams. I gave her the kind of future most people only hope for. And in return, I became the background to her carefully curated life. Not a husband, not a partner. Just a set piece she posed in front of while she edited me out frame by frame. I didn't see it at first. Not until the email. A forwarded itinerary. A Dubai spa resort booked for 3. 2 weeks before she sold me that fairy tale about a family retreat. Her mistake? She sent it from our shared cloud account. She thought I wouldn't look. Thought I was predictable. Safe. Boring. What she didn't know was that I'd already been watching. I'd hired a private investigator 2 days after she changed her phone's passcode. $5,000. Worth every cent. The photos, the texts, the phone logs. 2 men, not one. One was the so-called life coach she met after Pilates. The other, her sister's husband. The man who now stood beside her at that platform, pretending none of this had happened. They played house. Treated me like a nanny with a paycheck. And the best part? They were already planning the split. I found the draft prenup her sister's lawyer had drawn up. She planned to leave me after Dubai, but I got there first. While she plotted, I prepared. Quietly, carefully. I moved half the joint savings into a trust for the kids. Froze the credit cards. Changed the passwords. Bought out her share of the house through a loophole she forgot she'd sign when we refinanced. Every receipt, every photo, every message notarized and documented. The final nail? She left a baby monitor on during one of her calls. I heard it all. I just need him to watch the kids for the weekend. After that, I'm done playing house. Her voice cold detached, like I was some task she couldn't wait to cross off her list. So I let her cross me off, and then I made my move. On that platform, I took the strollers, held my daughter in one arm, and my son in the other. I looked her in the eye. "No kiss goodbye?" I asked, voice flat. She laughed again. "We'll talk when I get back." Her sister leaned in, whispered something, both of them sharing that smug laugh. The kind people give when they think they've already won. But then her phone buzzed. Once. Twice. A call. She answered, and I watched her face change, the color draining from her cheeks. "No, that's impossible. What do you mean the account is frozen?" She turned, eyes wide. "What did you do?" Behind her, her sister scrolled furiously on her phone, panic in her fingers. Her husband looked pale, as if the ground beneath him had cracked open. The laughter was gone. The mood shattered. I didn't smirk, didn't gloat, I met her gaze and said, quiet and steady, "You shouldn't have involved the kids." Then I walked away. I ignored her texts, declined her calls. By the time her plane touched down in Dubai, the villa was canceled, her car declined. I'd already filed for full custody, abandonment with more than enough proof. She tried to salvage it, posted old photos, wrote captions about family and healing. But the truth moves fast. Screenshots spread to friends, to colleagues, to her parents. By the time she came home, there was no home for her to return to. The locks were changed. Her name off the deed. The house was mine. The kids were mine. She begged, said it was all a joke, a test. But jokes don't cost you your home. Tests don't end in courtrooms. I didn't raise my voice, didn't curse her. I just looked at her one last time and said, "Don't mistake silence for weakness. It's where strategy breeds." Now at night, the house is still. The kids sleep upstairs. I pack their lunches, do the school runs, play both roles, father and mother. She sees them on weekends. Supervised. Every so often I get a message. "I miss you." I never reply. She thought she handed me baggage when she gave me those strollers. But those kids, they were never baggage. They were the reason. And in the end, she was the one left behind on that platform. The ticket was always hers. And I let her take the ride, straight into her own downfall.